Welcome back to Movies TV Mag. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mag, Instagram and TikTok at Movies TV Mag 555. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Tap the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. Now, I was watching this really kind of epic movie quality trailer for the next episode of Superman and Lois, and I think we got a break right now, but it was so epic, right? And something very, very kind of uncomforting came to mind, that I think that either both the boys or one of the boys will be killed in Superman and Lois in the finale. And that's my prediction. And let's get into this, right? Because think about it, right? There's only one son in the comics, and that's Jonathan. It would make sense for something to happen to Jordan in the finale. Now, in this trailer, we see the boys being threatened by the Kryptonian guy whose name escapes me. You know, the one who's pretending to be Morgan Edge. Yeah, that, right, the villain of the season. So that's when I started thinking, these lads, at first I thought, oh my God, they're going to kill them both off. That would be just so, you know, compelling, wouldn't it? And what would this do to Clark and Lois's relationship? And I was thinking to myself, well, no, they're not going to kill both of them off. Jonathan's important. Jonathan's from the comics, so they're not going to kill him off. Or, imagine if they killed Jonathan off and keep Jordan. The fandom would go absolutely batshit crazy. But I expect whatever's going to happen to Jordan. Now, what's very kind of intriguing for me, that Superman and Lois have taken lots of elements from other live-action Superman, as well as the comics as well. Now, I remember reading a script for the Superman Returns sequel where Clark would mistakenly kill his son Jason after Brainiac takes his form. And I'm thinking maybe this is what they're looking to do. So it doesn't necessarily mean they will kill Jordan off. Maybe they'll do something else. Maybe Jordan, in the end, joins Morgan Edge and the Kryptonians and vanishes, and, you know, he's part of them now, and he's a villain as well. You know, he could be manipulated by Morgan Edge to take his side. Maybe he's always felt like an outsider. He has felt like an outsider. We know that Jordan has always kind of struggled with his mental health and depression, and it was just even worse when he discovered he had superpowers as well, and it took him a long time to accept that and accept the fact that Clark is Superman as well, and he started to accept that. But I just feel if something's going to happen here, it's going to happen to Jordan. And I don't see any other scenario. So as I say, A, they kill him off, which would be really tragic. I don't think people would be upset. I mean, of course people will be upset. He's a great character and the young actor's doing a fine job. We don't want to lose him. But I've predicted from the beginning that they were kind of doing with Jonathan and Jordan what they did with Clark and Lex on Smallville. And I feel this is what they're doing here. But they haven't been obvious about it like they was on Smallville. It was obvious on Smallville because we know what Lex Luthor's going to become. But Jordan's a character created for this show. We don't know his destiny. We don't know what he's going to become. So I believe he was always going to become a villain. And one day when Jonathan becomes Superboy, then Superman, they'll be fighting each other. Basically, my prediction always was that Jordan would be Jonathan's ultimate nemesis. They would be enemies. And obviously, Jonathan, taking after his father, he'd always try and bring him back to the light side, the good side. You know, and maybe sometimes they help each other, and then he goes back to being a villain then. I think this is most likely the scenario, rather than my first prediction of Jordan being killed off. This makes a lot more sense because, you know, it just struck me when, you know, Morgan Edge was threatening their lives that maybe they could both be killed off. Now, I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but something's going to happen to the boys here. And I think, you know, at least one of them. And I think that's obvious. And, I mean, you can let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. But I think Jordan is fated to be the villain of this story, to be the villain of Jonathan's story. I think in the finale we will discover that Jonathan is starting to get abilities himself. Now, I know at first it was all about Jonathan not having abilities and Jordan getting abilities. But Jonathan was always going to get his abilities. He was always the one. When they took Jordan, or when Superman took Jordan to the Fortress of Solitude, Jor-El told him, you know, he may have a few abilities, but, you know, he's not what you think he is. He's not going to become Earth's hero. but like you have been. So I feel that they're taking Jordan down this darker route, and it was obvious from the pilot that there was a darkness with him, especially with the heat vision and things like that. But then they kind of dialed back on it on purpose, not to make it obvious, to say, you know, nothing's going to happen. It's like the Nina Myers scenario in 24, where we all thought she was the villain, she was the spy, and then Jack accused her and she proved her innocence before. But it can't be her, but it was her. What a great twist. And I think for me, it's because I've been watching TV and movies and writing stories myself all my life. I know how these things work, and to some people it may not be blatantly obvious, but I think Jordan is going down this dark route. He is going to join Morgan Edge, and I think this is the kind of dark tunnel that Jordan's heading towards. I must say, even though I only had access to Superman and Lois for the first 5 episodes, then I couldn't watch it anymore for one reason or the other. I will be catching up when I get the Blu-ray, and I will review the whole season and the episodes as well, because for me this is one of the finest kind of versions of live action Superman. It's so good, every episode better than the last. As I say, the last trailer I saw compelled me to do this video. So do you think I'm right? Do you agree with me? Is Jonathan or Jordan going to die? Which one is going to die? Or do you think that Jordan will join Morgan Edge like I'm predicting? Comment down below, like, share and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. At Movies TV Mad on Twitter, at Movies TV Mad 555 on Instagram and TikTok. And I will see you in the next video. See you then.